Hey guys, welcome back. I want to focus on something that I know most of you, whether you're a man or a woman, no matter the age, but I do think us ladies that are a little bit older, we tend to tell ourselves these stories about being too old. Either the story is that there's no one good left because everyone's married, or I'm too old to date, or there's no one good in my town. There's just, you come out of these relationships and now you're just telling yourself a bunch of stories that makes you feel really defeated on whether or not you're going to find you're happy. It's too late to start over. No one will want me again. I have too many kids, yada. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves that we need to be at certain places by certain ages. Like when I was younger, I thought 30 was crazy old, right? And like I think we all, looking back on our lives, can say that we thought at 20 we thought 30 was old. At 30, actually I didn't think 40 was going to be old, but or I was going to feel that or anything like that, and I don't. But it is crazy to think that I'm 44, and I'm sure you can all attest. Like, it's crazy to think you're at the age that you're at. The point is that we have to have a different mentality in terms of starting over, because if we think that we're at a certain age and it's going to be difficult to start on social media, start a YouTube channel, start dating, like whatever it is that you want for yourself, then quite frankly, you're just not going to do it and you're not going to get what you want. So if you haven't worked on yourself, that when you think like, oh my God, I'm never going to find anyone, or everyone's married at, because I'm 50 and everyone's coupled up, well, guess what? And I said this to a woman the other day, and she was like, I never really thought of it that way. People were coupled up in your 20s. They just weren't married. They were in relationships. So people have always been in relationships. So to even have the story that everyone's married at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever, doesn't make sense. People are always in relationships. That doesn't mean that the pool is small just because now you're of a certain age, and the pool being small in terms of anything that you want for yourself. There's room for everyone. If you want to be a content creator, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start a podcast, if you want to make more money, if you want more friends, like there's plenty of women in your neighborhood right now, in your town, that need girlfriends that you would get along with perfectly fine, perfectly well. But you have this idea that just doesn't exist. And so because you have this idea that doesn't exist, you don't go after it. You don't try to make it happen for yourself because you've pretty much already told yourself that it's not going to happen. So I'm not going to just come on here and give you this big motivational rant about like positive self-talk and all that stuff. But I gotta be honest, it's a mindset and it actually works, because if and it's not even about like positive thinking. I think it's more about like just being like realistic and honest versus telling yourself a story that's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. So yes, starting over in your 40s and your 50s. I mean, I started over when I was 34 or 35 or something like that. And that was scary then. I don't think starting over, no matter what age, isn't going to feel scary. But it's also your opportunity to finally build something that you actually want for yourself. You start making things happen for yourself. That's the difference between like working on yourself and getting what you want versus just kind of like sitting around complaining or like letting life happen to you. That's not who you are. That's not how you want to be. That's not a creator. That's kind of just a person that like is willing to take whatever comes. And if they don't get what they want, they'll just complain about it. That's not you. But you got to stop the addiction of feeding the thought that you are too old. You're not too old. You're just fearful. There's a difference. And we're back. I had to wash my hands after all of that filing. Now we're going to start painting. There's a reason why people do coaching. There's a reason why people hire personal trainers, is not just because we're here to just like vent and complain. The point of it is to actually move forward. And sometimes you need help doing that, because guess what? Even a coach needs a coach. Like, I've had coaches in the past. I will always hire a coach because I need someone to hold me accountable. I need someone to like remind me of things when I'm forgetting. And of course we can have friends and family helping us, but they can't do it all. Like, it's not their responsibility to always be doing it. And when you have someone that like you're literally paying to help you like overcome a limiting belief, a fear, anything, for me, just having someone hold me accountable is pretty much all I need. Of course, I always have like a little bit of fear, a little bit of self-doubt. I don't think no one can say that they don't have those things, but I definitely don't live in those places. I live in the place of like, I just need a quick kick in the you-know-what in order to like get me going and stop thinking that, woe is me, this isn't gonna happen for me. And it really is about like fostering like a healthy belief system that you have about yourself. And that really generates a lot of self-worth and self-confidence. Like when those standards get high and you're like, no, I'm going to find this person, or no, I'm going to make this much money, or no, I am going to be successful here. It's like actually really fun because it becomes like a game where you want to like prove to yourself that it works. And I'll tell you, like the minute it started really working for me and I realized like this shit's like real, like it actually works once you start really working on your mindset and your limiting beliefs and like your traumas, and you heal some stuff and like all the stuff, and you start getting what you want, then you want to like keep doing it because you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know all of this years ago. I wish I did because I know my life would be so different. But hell, I know it now, and that's all that matters. Because of course we can't live in the shoulda, coulda, woulda. You have to remember that your life did not end just because this relationship didn't work out. Really and truly, let's stop giving that relationship and that person way too much control over how we feel about ourselves and what's going to happen next in our future. Starting over is about wisdom. It's about learning from your past experiences. It's about understanding what you want next. And sometimes that's hard to do. Like sometimes we get into these places, and I've been there myself, and it's not fun, and I get it, where you're just stuck. Like you're not who you used to be, but you're not yet where you know you want to be, or maybe you don't even know where you want to be yet. You're just like in limbo. You're in this middle place where you're like, I don't honestly even know what I want next. Like I'm so confused. That's also something that I definitely have helped so many people with, because it's a normal part of the process that you're going through after ending this relationship or the relationship that you were just in. Now we're going to put some strengthener on these nails. So believe me when I tell you, I understand what it is that you're going through, and I know it's normal to like feel defeat, to feel insecure, to feel worried, but you have to not necessarily hire someone, but you do have to work on your mindset. And again, sometimes that's really hard to do when you've been programmed to just live in a lot of fear, lack, and worry. We can say all day long, okay, just have an abundant mindset, but that's hard to do when your whole life has been filled with like disappointments and people have let you down, and you tried really hard and you felt like you didn't get what you wanted, and you're just at this like defeat point in your life as the sun literally just goes away. It's not too late to start over. It's not too late to find the love of your life. It's not too late to start a business. Like you right now at this point just probably need to work more on your mindset and your confidence level. That looks good. It's just strengthener than anything else. And once you start working on that aspect, you won't feel like it's too late or that you missed out or you wasted so much time. You just won't have that point of view. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.